Do you suck at Minecraft PvP? Or do you log on to a practice server just to get absolutely destroyed by the most sweatiest Minecraft player of all time? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all the Minecraft PvP tips that you're going to need to know so that way this does not happen again. This video will be broken into 5 different sections: settings, aim, technique, movement, and skills. Your true potential shines through good Minecraft settings, so I recommend that you check out my mods and settings video and set up your Minecraft so you can get perfect PvP settings. But for right now, I'll show you a few settings that you can change. Like your FOV matters a lot. I usually keep it at 95 and I'd recommend doing that. But anywhere between 90 and 100 is good for PvP. Another thing you're going to want to change is your keybinds. You're going to want to make sure that your hotbar slots are all accessible without having to move your left hand from the WASD cluster. So for me, I have my X at 6, C at 7, 8 at V, and 9 at F. These are pretty good keybinds, and I got used to them pretty quickly. Also, to swap items with offhand, I have that as R. You're also going to want to make sure that your toggle perspective is at a reachable button. For me, I just have it at my side button, but you know, whatever keybinds works for you is completely fine. And while we're here at the controls, you're going to want to make sure that sprint is at toggle and auto jump is off. So now for our last setting, you're going to go to accessibility settings and you're going to make sure that view bobbing is off. You're going to make sure that FOV effects is off and damage tilt is also off. Having these settings off is going to improve your aim by a lot. Having good aim is very important for PvP. Without aim, it's basically impossible to kill your opponent. And I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to improve your aim. The first thing you're going to do is disable this setting that's on your PC. So navigate to your Windows settings. However you get there is completely fine. And you're going to search up mouse and go to mouse settings. Now in your mouse settings, make sure that enhanced pointer precision is turned off. Having this setting turned on is going to completely kill your aim. It might feel weird at first if it's your first time turning it off, but trust me, once you get used to it, your aim is going to be 100 times better. Next, you're going to want to come to this website. I'll leave the link in the description. You're going to enter your Minecraft sensitivity, which you can find in your controls, which for me is 41. So once you enter it and press start, you're gonna get a low and a high. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back to Minecraft and basically you're gonna set up something similar to this. I just put an armor stand with netherite armor on it, and you're gonna go back to the sensitivity calculator and try the low sensitivity and the high sensitivity and figure out which one was easier to track with. So for me, my low sensitivity was 20. So I'm gonna go into my controls and change my sensitivity to 20 and just strafe around the armor stand to see how easy it is to track with. Next, I'm gonna try my high sensitivity, which was 61. And I'm gonna see how this goes. So after running this test, I found that 20 sensitivity was a lot easier to track with. So I'm gonna go back to the sensitivity calculator and select 20. Now it'll give me a different set of sensitivities, and I'm going to keep on repeating this process until I eventually get a perfect sensitivity for me. You only have to do this 7 times, by the way. It shows you up here on this progress bar. Now aiming does not just rely on your sensitivity. It also relies on your frames. A way you can improve your frames is by downloading the correct performance mods for Minecraft PvP, which again, I'll leave a link to my video of my mods and settings in the description, which I recommend watching because it'll boost your frames by a lot. Now we're going to get into the basics of PvP. You'll have to understand how to attack your opponent. First, I'll teach you the 3 different types of attacks in Minecraft with a sword. You generally want to avoid sweep hits as they do no extra damage or knockback. A sweep hit happens whenever you attack your opponent at a walking speed, or if you sprint hit them one time and continue hitting them without sprint resetting, which we'll get into later in the video, or if you stand perfectly still and hit your opponent, it'll automatically be a sweep hit. You generally want to avoid sweep hits in most situations. A knockback hit happens when you sprint at your opponent and hit them. Knockback hits have to be one of the most common and effective ways to attack your opponent in Minecraft. To consistently hit a knockback hit, you have to use a method called sprint resetting. With the proper technique, this is what allows you to combo your opponent. But I'll get into that later on in the video. For now, we have our last type of attack. This attack is performed by using the momentum of your fall to hit your opponent on the way down. Although this attack does no extra knockback, it does 50% more damage than a regular hit, making it one of the most powerful hits to shred through your opponent's health. Also, each one of these attacks have their own unique sounds, so playing with sounds on can help you identify which attack you are using on your opponent or which attack your opponent is using on you. Due to the lower attack speed on a sword than an axe, most of the time you want to be attacking your opponent with your sword, as you do more damage per second as compared to an axe. Also, you do not have to fully wait for your attack cooldown. You can attack your opponent with the same effect by attacking them when your attack indicator is filled up 85% of the way, meaning that you can hit your opponent quicker without fully having to wait for the attack indicator to fill up 100% of the way. You also have to understand how to hit your opponent. In Minecraft, we have a default reach of 3 blocks. The way to maximize your reach is by attacking your opponent at eye level. This maximizes your reach because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. As you can see, if I'm aiming at this armor stand's head and I click, I'm able to hit it. But if I look down at the feet and try to click, I'm not able to hit it. So when you're PvPing, to maximize the amount of reach and to maximize the chances of you getting the first hit, you should always be aiming at the head. Movement is one of the biggest things that separates a decent player from an actual professional. The reason why movement is so important is because it's the way you can control the space between you and your opponent. First, we're going to talk about sprint resetting. There are 2 main ways you can pull this trick off: W tapping and S tapping. W tapping is whenever you tap W after each hit to reset your sprint. This makes it so every hit is a knockback hit. It's not about spamming W, it's more like a rhythm. You hit your opponent, let go of W for a split second, then press it again. Once you get the timing down, it helps you keep combos going and makes it harder for them to hit you back. If you happen to see any sweep hits when you're trying to W tap, just know that you have the timing incorrectly. If you have this problem, remember to follow this order: W, hit, release. If you follow these steps in this exact order, you should not see any sweep hits when you're trying to W tap. S tapping is one of my personal favorite ways of sprint resetting because not only does it give you the benefits of a sprint reset, it also actively creates distance between you and your opponent. S tapping follows the exact same principles as W tapping, but S tapping adds another layer to it. The order of W tapping is W, hit, release, as I mentioned. But with S tapping, it's W, hit, release, S. This creates distance between you and your opponent, which makes it more difficult for them to hit you. This is especially effective when you're fighting players that don't take a consistent form of knockback, such as high ping players. S tapping is a bit harder than W tapping, but if you can learn it, I highly recommend it. Strafing is where the A and D keys come in. By using your A and D keys, you can move side to side. In Minecraft PvP, you can use this as a method to throw off your opponent's aim, making them miss out on many hits, and can lead to you starting a combo on your opponent. The key to success when it comes to strafing is being unpredictable. Being unpredictable in your strafing patterns is what's going to make your enemy miss. And if they can't aim on you, like I said earlier on in the video, you're basically impossible to kill. So mastering strafing is crucial to all aspects of Minecraft PvP. Since strafing relies a lot on being unpredictable, there's no true rules when it comes to strafing. But as you practice more, it'll become muscle memory. Spacing is all about controlling the distance between you and your opponent. If you're too close, you're vulnerable to being hit, but if you're too far, you can't even reach them. The goal is to distance yourself within a 3-block range of your opponent, but in order to do this, you need to control the spacing with your movement. This includes S tapping or aiming at eye level, as we already talked about, or even using jump resets to reposition your character and reduce your knockback, which we'll go over in a second. Spacing will help you win more trades and avoid getting stuck in combos. Mastering your range comes by practicing with these techniques, and eventually it'll become muscle memory. Remember, if you can control the spacing, you'll control the fight. Now I'm going to teach you some skills that can take your PvP to the next level. And I've got my friend Nightmare to help me demonstrate these skills, so shout out to him. Crit chaining is the best way to drain your opponent's health. You can do this by sprint hitting them one time, and without sprint resetting, hold W and spacebar while critting them out. If you time your jumps and hits right, you can land a crit every single swing. This method is especially effective if your opponent is trying to run away from you. When your opponent lands a crit, you will take vertical knockback. You can use this vertical knockback to land a crit of your own. Use the momentum of your fall to land a crit on your opponent. Another tip, if you're getting crit spammed, stay grounded and punish them with a clean, well-timed hit. Aim at eye level, which in this case will be their body, and when they're in the air, you'll have more reach than them, so getting the first hit will be significantly easier, unless they have high ping. But all you need is a well-timed hit and you can completely disrupt their flow. To pull this off, you need to allow your opponent to hit you first. While they're waiting for their sword attack cooldown, hit them mid-air without letting go of W, so it's a guaranteed knockback hit. And once you have them in this position, you can easily combo them. If you can time your jump perfectly by predicting when your opponent will hit you, then you can reduce, if not eliminate, any amount of knockback that you take. So that's all for today's video. If you found this useful, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me stay motivated to make more awesome videos like this, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.